So LSU is the best team in college football 26 by far. They're by far the best regs team, but they have kind of a rocky playbook. Their playbook's not great. It doesn't have a lot of the meta stuff. And so I figured what we would do today is we would make a LSU Road to College Football playoff video where we're going to be talking about how to optimize this team for that mode. Now, to do this, I am going to be breaking down their offensive playbook and practice mode. I'm also going to give you a defensive mini scheme as well today. And we're going to take a look at the depth chart as well with LSU. Now, they are amazing. They have amazing players. Their really only weakness is their quarterback's not extremely fast. As you see, he's only 76 speed. But by the way, you want to do a little quarterback run scheme? Put old Juju Johnson in there, 91 speed, 93 excel. But their running back is one of the best running backs in this game. He has, I think, a platinum shifty ability that is incredibly good. So they have a really good running back. They have amazing receivers. As you can see here, this guy Brown, this is your clear-cut number one, 99 speed with the takeoff ability. You got to have this dude on your squad, on your field with this team. They also have this guy right here, Jelani Watkins, 98 speed. Doesn't really have any abilities, but he has to be on the field because of that 98 speed. And then we have this guy, Aaron Anderson, 5'8". He is really good as well. But this guy, Nick Anderson, 6'4", double dip. Really, either one of these receivers can go. If you want to go more of an ag catch type deal, you got a taller guy. You're gonna go more, standard offense. You got this other guy. I'm gonna go with the big boy at least for now. But you can put this other guy in there as well. Tight end has the sure hands ability, one of the best abilities in the game, especially for the tight end position. And they also have a tight end with quick drop, which is actually kind of crazy. Offensive line, not a whole lot here that we really want to talk about. Honestly, it's probably their biggest weakness. As you see, their offensive line is really not that great. Best offensive line ability, in case you didn't know, quick drop. That is the by far and away the best offensive line ability. We're putting this dude in. Just a little hidden tip within this for you. Quick step is the second best offensive line ability. So guess what? We make sure that this guy, apparently, where's that one dude that we're looking at? This guy Moore has quick step. So we are going to put him, I don't know where we're going to put him here. Probably just put him at the left guard, I want to say. We'll just throw him in there. Left tackle, See if they have any other quick drops. I don't think they do, though. That's pretty much it. Okay, cool. Now, defensively, this team's really good, but you do not want this guy to play. Pyburn, he does not play. But the guy that does play, this guy right here, Patrick Payton, absolute beast. And then they also have this guy, Harold Perkins, 92 speed. This is a really, really good player. And then, let's see who else we have on the squad. We have this guy here, Jackson, CJ Jackson. This guy gets on the field, okay? Why? Because he has quick jump. You play quick jumps. If you find quick jumps, you play them. Also, really underrated kind of hidden gem, this Collage Cobbins. This dude has, I think, platinum quick jump. You put him on your field and you put him in a blitzing position and he will really do well for you. Defensive tackle positions, not too much to talk about other than this guy Guillory probably has to get the start just because he has this ability. This guy Bro, 82 Excel, McKinley, 85 Excel. Mitchell has the grip breaker ability as well. So we got two big boys there we could put in there. Also, we could put any of those edge defenders in there if we wanted to, or if we wanted to get real crazy, we could put the quick jumps in, but that's going to be that for those guys. As far as linebackers go, this guy here, Whit Weeks, do not mistake him for West Weeks. West Weeks, he's no good. He does not play. But Mr. Whit Weeks, he plays. Why? 88 speed, has the wrap-up takedown ability, really good player. Harold Perkins, 92 speed, absolute dog. That you want that guy on the field at all times. Literally, no matter what, he's on the field. Their corners are also really good. They have Mansard Lane, Ball Hawk, Knockout, Jammer, really good. Jammer is a really good ability to have on your field. This guy Jackson has blanket coverage. They have 3, I think, blanket coverages. Yeah, so I mean their corners are really good. Their safety has really good abilities as well. And then the strong safety position is really, kind of where we could make some adjustments, put some players in if we wanted to. Really, we're just looking for any kind of hidden gem. Scott Pickett has 95 speed. So if we wanted to put him on the field, we could. We could also just go with this backup strong safety here that has 91 speed or 92 speed, either way. But that is, I'll actually just put this guy in here. So anyways, that is the team. Depth chart wise, the kick returners real quick. You want Durham and Brown. Durham and Brown. These guys are amazing. Brown and then Durham is kind of the backup there for that position. And for this gadget player, probably want to go ahead and just put Brown in here just in case you want to get in some crazy packages. You can kind of get him into some crazy positions. Slot receiver for this team, probably this guy Anderson. Really, either one of these guys is probably fine for that. All right, let's get on the field and talk about the scheme. So this is the LSU offensive playbook. As you see, we have the gun-heavy Tiger. Now, what can we do with the gun-heavy Tiger? If you look at the packages, we can go through and we can put our gadget player at the halfback position. I think we can also put a wildcat quarterback, and I'll show you what that'll do. So let's just do let's see. Let's just do motion halfback die, whatever. You see Brown is the quarterback, Durham is in the backfield. Now the plays from this aren't crazy, but I'll show you something that is crazy. This is how good Durham is. Well, he didn't break that tackle, unfortunately. I'm going to show it one more time, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. So this is like a duo run. So you see how he kind of hop steps in there. Normally a pretty good run this year, but other than that, nothing too crazy. The motion PA slide is kind of cool because you can get your 99 speed wide receiver at quarterback, and you can just go. I mean, literally just out of there. You know, if you want to scramble. He's actually super slow for some reason, so I don't know. We'll leave that there. This formation, if it had a QB blast, this formation would be crazy. It just has mainly running back runs, which is super unfortunate because it actually is a cool formation. All right, on to wing tight Z. Nothing too crazy here, just some good runs. This gun wing has speed option, which is cool. So you see, I mean, their playbook is just like, what are you going to do, you know? This flex Y off, we're just looking for, you know, anything that has good routes, really looking for good routes and good blocking. We're looking for like auto motions. Got a couple auto motion plays here. You also kind of need a good alignment. A lot of formations in this game don't really offer you a good alignment. But let's see, Y off trips maybe. Does have a short post. So we have PA double post. We have RPO read flat. We have this post on the left side. We have vertical. So we have some decent plays out of this one. We'll take a look at this Y off trips. Weak. This one doesn't really has a couple good plays. That high-low dig has a nice whip route on the right. Got some motion plays, but you don't have any. Again, you don't have any power routes, right? Power routes that you can't hot route. Gun wing trips. This one has kind of similar to that wild trips, but actually has some cool stuff. You have this PA slants play. You have the RPO flat. You have a halfback swing, the RPO alert out. So you have some cool plays here. We have a post route from left to right. We have a return route. We'll take a look at this. Take a look at this return PA slant play. And we'll see what this looks like. So you see here, this is a short post. So let's see if I can stem it. I can stem this up and it's a play action. Perfect. So like a potential combo for this would be drag, streak, in route. Just like this right here. I would make sure to block the running back here. But this short post is money. You're going to see it's just going to get in really good spots against zone coverage. It's one of the best routes in the game. And then you can kind of build around this. The reason you can build around this is because also you have this RPO alert out, which I'm going to shade down. We'll see if this covers this. But normally you can throw this. Kind of covered it pretty good, actually. Normally you can throw that at almost anything. Fade wide cross. Got a little slot, tight end, like deep crosser. And a slot fade PX cross. Got a really cool crosser from the left side. The other thing I like about this formation is that this solo wide receiver is a slot receiver, which is really good because you can put him on a slot fade if you want to. But take a look at this little crosser. You're going to see it gets really nice over in that little area as long as we put a clear out streak. That's why you use LSU, though, because their safety just actually went crazy on that play. But anyway, we'll keep looking. So again, nothing really like popping, but this trips Y over is really good. This is definitely a mini scheme. that you have this, you want the halfback dive in here, and then you want as many plays, as many run plays. Like this RPO read bubble is really good. Halfback dive, really good. And then you kind of build around that. Verticals is a good play to just have in your playbook. It's always good to have a verticals play. Just gives you really good routes. Slot fade is okay, but you can do that on your own. Really, it probably comes down to Z spot just because we get a short corner. So personally, I really like this formation. It's not going to be a mainstay formation, but it's a good formation that you can audible to and have kind of a little mini scheme out of. Bunch open offset, kind of similar. You don't really want this to be your main play, but it does have some good plays in here. RPO read bubble, really good play. You have wide trail, which is a really decent play. You have flood, and then you have this RPO peak wide receiver screen. These are all really, really good plays. Tight slot open. Now this seems promising. This one, just because you have a short corner on the left side. So we'll go double hook wheel there. Maybe run like base. You have a base run, which is always good. Let's see what else we have. We have a tight end wheel route. Nothing else really crazy other than the bench play. Bench smash would probably be your audible you would want to have. And then probably PA read because you have a stock fade. So you could build a pretty good mini scheme out of this. But I don't know if it has like that capability to win every single game. This spread stuff is cool, but there's nothing in this spread that's like, oh my gosh. Like, if you were going to audible to this, you would want to have this RPO read bubble. You would probably want to have, one of these like motion plays, RPO read slide. Looks like a pretty good play. And then from there, it really is like whatever you want to do. You kind of have to have some passing, but the passing from spread is not the greatest. Although we do have two spreads, which gives us kind of a way to build around it. One of the plays that they have, this would be more of your passing spread formation, but you do have this play white corner. It has a sharp corner on the right side, so that could be an option. Let's see if we have any good run plays. We have an outside zone, an RPO read screen, which is probably what I would do here. We have deep attack, PA deep outs with a slot post. This could definitely be your scheme. One of the other things you have to kind of factor in, though, is when you're playing Road to College Football Playoff, you can't really hot route a lot, right? So you can't necessarily like just make every play. But there's some decent routes here. Take a look at this wide corner. You're going to see this nice short corner. Take a look at this circle receiver route. Let's just call the high again. I just want to see how this runs. It's literally just a straight arrow route across the field. It's like a slant, but better probably. There's no real cut in it, but I bet you if they run man coverage, let's just test this play against man. So this is I want to look at this post from deep attack. Unfortunately, it's not a good post. But take a look at this route from circle here. You're going to see he's going to just cut super sharply across. And that is cooking man coverage. Let me make sure I'm in two-man under. I don't think I was there. All right, we're going to go to pinch. And I am going to shade underneath. So I just want to see how this does against like a press man-to-man. And looks like it does okay. Brown is just browning. This is why you get Brown on your field. Brown is just always open. All right, so I didn't really honestly love it. I did like this post. If you stem this down, it's pretty much the hot route. You can pretty much hot route it. So how good is it really? But then we come to this trips Y slot week, and we start to kind of see. I think the way you're going to have to play with LSU is you're going to have to be in some type of spread out type of formation. And there are some good ones here as you see this trips Y slot week. So what makes these formations really good? Couple things. First and foremost, you've got to have plays that you don't have to do a lot of hot routes with. This triple slant play is kind of cool, and I'll show you why when we get on the field. You got halfback off tackle, which is a really good run. You have red zone rub corner with a short corner, a short post, a stock table route. Like there's a lot you can do with that play right there. And then we also have this play whip Z post. So these are some really decent plays. This is probably the most promising of any of the plays that I've looked at. And now we'll come out defensively. We actually have, which is crazy in this year's game, defense is not going to be hard whatsoever with this team, with this setup. Like I'm telling you right now, defense, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. Let me just set the cover 2 man here. I have cover 6, cover 2 man. Let me put cover 3 in here instead. just so we can have it just like a cover 3. We'll do cover 3 sky, yeah, and then we will come out in cover 4 drop. All right, pretty much come out in whatever you want here. I'm gonna come out in deep flood. This formation seems really promising because it has a lot of sharp posts. So if you go to the play triple slant, you'll see here that this post on the right is a sharp post. This slant route is also kind of unique. It's not like a hot routed slant. It's like a rounded one. Let me just see if we can stem it up. That would be cool. Not able to. Okay. You'll see here that if we stem these posts all the way down, see how the one on the right, which you're probably not going to be able to see it, but see how the one on the right is sharper? That is a big deal. You also have a super big boy corner route right here. And then out of this play deep flood, this post that brown is on, as you see, it's a sharper post than that post right there. It's a better post route. So we can kind of build around this. Now we also have, this is almost like a U-trips alignment. The only difference is this guy is a tight end. He's not attached to the line of scrimmage. And we can audible around to other things within the plays. As I was telling you, like bunch and some of the other stuff we were going over. So this formation to me is the one that I want to work with the most. All right. So the way that you want to kind of create plays, you always want to start with man-to-man and make sure you can consistently beat a 2-man under. So what we're going to do here out of this play deep flood is we're just going to go base protection, and then we can kind of run our play here and just see what do the routes do against 2-man under. And as you see, none of them got open. And that is 2-man under for you. Like 2-man under can bag, especially if you have good abilities for a 2-man under defense. So we know, okay, it didn't look like anything got crazy separation out of that play. Now let's go to a red zone rub corner. As you see, we have a short post. We have kind of a unique route to the circle receiver out here. And then we also have R1 on an out. I'm just going to drag him so that we can kind of clear space for the corner. But mainly what we're looking at is, does that short corner beat man? You see he does kind of get a step on him. I probably need to pass lead that. Or I probably just need to throw that off the cut. But this does look promising because we have a sharp cutting corner. And you see here, he is able to beat man coverage. So we have a sharp cutting corner. We also have on this play a sharp cutting post route over here. And you're going to see Brown is going to cook on that man coverage. And he can pop that with the short post. Okay, so those are a couple really good plays that we can kind of build around. One other thing I always want to check is like the motions, and it does look like they are going to run them all the way across, so that this kind of becomes a 2x2 set. I would assume that's how these other two guys go. We'll just motion. I always like to just kind of take a quick peek at the motions. One of the things you can do, did you see what I just able to do there? If you motion Anderson to the right, it brings this guy in, and now he is still technically an outside receiver, but he's a little tighter, and you kind of have like a bunch type of set here. So like this literally creates almost like a spread out bunch, and so we could run plays, like this with the 3 wide receivers. So that's one option. Let's take a look at this on the right here, see what happens with old sharp. Same kind of thing. It just, so basically when you motion him to the right, it puts him on the line of scrimmage, and then when you motion him across, he's going to go there. So those are just some good to know stuff about the offense. Whip Z post, love this play. Why is this play good? It's good because you have a seam streak to the tight end, and then you also have this whip route. And if you look at this post route closely, if I stem this post right down, it's a sharp cutting post. So you have a sharp post, you have that deep whip route, which is really good. And so we can kind of build some plays around this. So I'll give you some plays, some combos that I think you might like. So the first one is kind of building around the fact that we know we need to beat man. And one of the best ways to beat man in this game is to just simply run this kind of combination right here, a speed out and a whip. Now we can get to that a couple of ways, but one of the ways is like this, and you'll see that whip gets kind of dust that man coverage defender, and then you're able to, get that separation. Another play that I really like in this formation is the motion Y post of last year. So the way that you want to call this play is you're going to use that play red zone, rub corner, and then what you're going to do is you're going to slant or drag, but I like to slant my tight end, return route this outside guy, and then fade this receiver right here. So you got a return route, you got a drag, or a return route, a slant, and then a short post. One of those routes normally will be able to beat man coverage, and that is one of the best plays in the game. I can tell you right now, like just playing this game, this play is going to be probably your most called play. Again, this is red zone rub corner. You're going to drag or slant, return, and then fade. Very nice spacing here. You're going to see that slant gets in a nice soft spot against a hard flat defender. And then if the user leaves the middle of the field, or they're just playing not as aggressive in the middle of the field in general, then you're going to have this little return route that kind of pops right in this little pocket. This is automatically, I just promise you, this is going to be one of your most called plays in this offense. So that's one of the plays that we have off of this red zone rub corner. Another play that I like off of red zone rub corner is just a simple curl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl that outside receiver so that he runs his streak like quick. And then you can either zig or just some simple speed out here. And then if you want to block your running back backside, feel free to do that. But basically this is just a high low to the right side. And that short corner is going to have a lot of space to be able to get open. I'll try to show that one more time. You could also do this out of this deep flood play. Just stem the receivers down on the right side, and then you can just quick hike it. And what's nice about that play is you're not going to have to hot route anybody. So, like, you can stem routes in Road to Football Playoff under Stadium Pulse. It's just hard to hot route. So make sure you do reset your pass pro to base. But stemming is pretty easy. And then if you want to put the wheel route there, you can put the wheel route. That wheel route will kind of clear some space. And a lot of times you can hit that post. So this is kind of our right side like way to be able to attack the defense. Another play, as I'm just looking through things here, we have this triple slant. This has a short post on this outside guy. So what I love to build around this table route too. This table route's really good. But what I'm going to do now, and this is a little bit more of a hot route play, we're going to speed out this outside guy. We're going to zig this tight end, streak the running back, and then you can either slot fade or just speed out the solo receiver. Either way. But what this is going to do is if they're backing up, we're just going to be able to take this quick throw zig and get easy yardage that way. If they play press up, or they play a little bit more aggressive, then we're going to be able to hit this post in a really soft spot, because unless they use it, of course, but if they do use it, then the running back will be open. And you can slot fade this outside guy if you want to as well. But what you're going to notice is that little short post gets in a really nice soft spot against zone. And then you can also kind of build some things into this, of course, to be able to attack man coverage. See if that speed out works on that deep flood. So now we're going to take a look at this against man-to-man. And if I go to, what was I looking at? Was I looking at whip Z-post? No, I was looking at triple slant, right? Yeah, triple slant. So speed out this guy, zig this guy, and we'll just take a look at this against man. You see you got the potential of the zig, but then that sharp cutting post does a decent job of beating man. And again, man is a probability thing. Another really good setup for this is using drag routes is so important. So like if you're going to use that triple slant play, one of the best things you can do is drag your solo wide receiver. What I would probably do is do like a mesh like this, and then I would have like a clear out streak for the post. Couple different ways to get to it, but this is pretty decent here. And you see you're going to get that nice clear out, and then those double drags underneath are going to be normally pretty good. LSU kind of caged right there. But again, this is triple slant, and we're just going to drag. We have a table here, and then you could also just do like a slot fade. But you'll see how these just kind of work, and then there's your post over the middle. So those are some of the routes that I really like out of this formation. Another one that is just a money combo. We'll go back through the playbook real quick and just see if there's any other routes that we missed. We have we do have a Y cross, and we do have curls play. Hank doesn't look anything crazy. Deep stick looks okay. We did look at whip Z post. We have a slot mid screen, which is kind of a bubblegum type of concept. We'll take a look at Y cross here. I'd love for this crosser to be able to beat man consistently. That's the biggest thing. I also love this play is pretty much set up. Like you don't have to really make any hot routes. You do have this post sit route, which is a very underrated route in this game. If you throw this post sit route on the cut, you're going to get separation. I also like that you have this receiver automatically on a streak. And you see there that crosser did get decent separation against man. Didn't kill it, but it did get decent separation. If you wanted to make one adjustment, honestly, the adjustment would be to actually crosser him. And now you use that hot routed crosser. But as you see there, that one got a little bit bagged. That time the man coverage went crazy on that little post sit. So those are just some things to kind of be aware of. But honestly, your main man beating play is going to be this red zone corner because your sharp corner is going to do a really good job of being able to beat man coverage consistently. And then even if you wanted to do something like this, like just a simple drag, if you know they're in man coverage, this is really good against man-to-man because your table route is a good route, your sharp post, and then this like kind of delayed in route is really a pretty good route for attacking man-to-man. So those are some of the basics within this playbook for attacking kind of man coverage. I really like this triple slant play. I know it's kind of a bot play, but it's actually really pretty decent because you have these two slants and both of them can win against man coverage. The one thing I would say is, obviously you got to kind of be aware if you're playing someone that has a good user, the spacing on it's not ideal. But if you wanted to, you could literally just stem this solo receiver all the way up so that he's just running a streak. And then you have a streak flat, and then you got your double slants right there. And then your dig is kind of your back. Your poster out there is your kind of backside read. Whip Z post, the other thing I forgot to say is let's say that they're starting to run a lot of cover two. Your seam read here is actually the mid read played it pretty good. Your seam read can potentially get open, but you can kind of build that play as well. So again, whip Z post. What I love about this play is you have that delayed drag or delayed whip, and then here is the simple just high low out of averts type of deal. As far as the whip route, the whip route's really good. It's good against man zone either way. And what you want to do is you just want to take the outside receiver and put him on an out route and just snap the ball. And this whip route, there you see there's that seam streak kind of popping cover two man, but the safeties went crazy. But anyway, again, the biggest challenge is going to be to consistently beat cover two man. But I think that's pretty much the biggest challenge for any offense, first of all. And second of all, this play right here is going to be a winner for you because there's multiple ways to run the play, right? One of them is this right here where we're going to do a drag and a return, and then we have this corner route. And look there, that corner route getting really nice separation against the cover two man. The other one against cover two man that I would like is this right here, what I showed you in the beginning, where we go with a slant, a return route, and a fade. This is such a good play against man. There's that post over the middle. Not a great catch, but another thing that I forgot to mention that is actually pretty good this year. Receivers with takeoff, most people aren't going to press them, and this whole team has takeoff. But what you can do, let's talk about that. What was that play? Was that triple slant? Let's talk about triple slant one more time. You can run a C route on this. You can run a speed out on your solo receiver like this. Let's say it's about 10, 15 yards. And a lot of times he's going to just get separation just because he's that powerful of a player. Okay? So you have some good stuff out of this. As far as audibles go, really, you're going to go to this trips Y slot strong, which is the same formation. It's just got the running back on the other side. So let's take a quick look at that, see if there's any good plays out of the trips Y slot strong. Already, I like this play dagger, but this play is going to be better against the cover two. And then let's see if there's any good runs. We do have a halfback sweep in here, which is cool. Slot two bucks, not really a great play. PAY cross is a good play. RPO alert shock. That play looks crazy. I don't know if we want to do that or not. Probably do. Probably want to have that in the audibles. And yeah, there you go. There's that formation. So you really have those two formations. And then the other thing you could do is you could run the trips and trips halfback week. These are both really good formations. I'll just give you the audibles that I would use. So what I would do is I would come out in the play. I'd have sale as an audible. I'd have an RPO read bubble as an audible. I'd have all go as an audible. And then you could do whatever you want with that last one. I don't think, there's not an RPO read screen probably, honestly. And then you would want to come out in the play middle slant or slot corner. Both of those plays are really good in this game, and you can kind of build around those. And then this would be your audible into formation. Trips halfback weak. What makes this good is you have a halfback direct snap. You definitely need to have that in your audibles. Is the best play. Direct snaps in general are just amazing this year. Really, other than that, the other plays aren't like amazing. As far as like being able to hot route against things. This play PA wide receiver in, I would want to have that just because you have a wheel route. You have some nice routes. All go. Always nice to have a four verticals type of play. But really, yeah, this formation just doesn't have a lot in terms of power routes. So you would primarily just create everything. One little tip about this is this play strong flood. This solo wide receiver route is really good against man coverage. It's pretty consistent. So if you wanted something like that, but these would be the two. These formations are actually 4 wide receiver sets. So you would either need to like sub a tight end into the formation, and then you can only use one of them, or vice versa. But this halfback direct snap, you can flip this by playmaking your running back to the right, and you can actually run to the trip side. This halfback direct snap is really good with this team. So what you're going to do is you get the ball and you just try to get outside here. And because he has the platinum shifty ability, it's going to be pretty easy to do that. PA wide receiver in is good because you have that nice deep S post. What's nice in college football is you could stem that post down all the way. And then let's say we wanted to do like a streak and drag, like something like this. This actually spaces out really well. And there you see the drag. That's why you want to have multiple ways to throw drags. Drag routes are king in this year's game, so you need to have drag routes as a big part of your offense. And then if you go over here to the gun trips, you have the RPO read bubble. This RPO is really good. Not a whole lot needs to be said other than it's just really a good RPO. The stick one, the RPO read screen. This one's also pretty good. See here, against pretty much basic coverages, they're going to struggle. You also have a double pass in here, and then you have some of those other plays I was talking about. So anyways, those are kind of the primary like pass-based stuff that I would do out of LSU. Obviously, I believe in passing the ball a lot. Another formation that is cool is this empty trio, but because it has this play mesh post. This play mesh post is so good. You could run this play literally all game. Like this is one of those plays where you don't really even have to necessarily make any adjustments. It's that powerful of a play. And you'll see why. So you have a short corner, a short post, you have 2 drags, and a wheel. Like literally you just call this play and you just make a read. It's going to kill man coverage because that auto motion drag, and as I say that, my drag on the left did not kill man. But your quarter route will, your drag will, and then square is that Brown? Brown just gets blanketed and press man against someone that has jammer. But anyway, you see there, that little auto motion drag is really good. One other thing I want to show you though is if you audible to any other play, it is like a hidden formation. So that's something important to kind of know. And then let's say again back to man coverage. One of the things I would do is slot fade Brown or just streak him and drag triangle because it's hard to press the running back in this game. And so you see you get him off the press, and now you might be able to hit him across the field. You also notice that LSU's defense is so good in man coverage. That is why so many people like LSU. They're really good in man coverage. But anyway, this corner run a route, and then if the running back would ever run his route eventually. And I'm telling you, man, if you're getting man coverage, double drags. Like it's very cliche, but in this year's game, I really do feel like double drags are very, very efficient against a two man under or really any man coverage with the double drags. Because if you wait long enough, eventually one of them will run themselves open, and that's why I like drags. I love drag routes this year. I think this is the year of the drag. You do have strong flood, which is cool, but nothing really to build around there. Double pivot. Like these are all fine plays, but they're not like, again, like that's kind of a tell, you know. Let's see what empty trio. Look at that mesh post play. Yeah, there's not really any other plays that can be really paired with it, which is why, don't probably recommend running it too much. When you get down in the red zone, what I think you should do is this trips Y over, which actually I'll show you the audible to this. So what's really nice about this is the run plays from this formation are really good. The halfback dive, because they don't have baseline in the game, you can run this halfback dive. You can run this halfback dive really to either side or right down the middle. And you see, I mean, it's just free yardage, especially with a platinum shifty running back. This is just a really, really good way to play. And then another one that I really like is audibling to like this tight slot open, and then we can run, different setups out of this. Like, for example, we could do something like this and, just attack that short side. This year and this game in particular, audibling around is really, really, really good. And the other thing about audibling around in this game is it really helps with like not having a huge playbook of money plays. You're going to be kind of audibling around to like this little spot and this little formation here. And like, again, LSU's defense is going to win you. And honestly, their offense just based on abilities is going to win you some games. But I really like, this trips Y slot formation. I think this in the trips Y slot week, I think they got some really good plays in them. Halfback off tackle is such a good run against most defenses. Of course, I'm going to say that and lose 5 yards. They are really, let me just specify, like, it's good against double mug. You do have empty bunch. If you ever want to get in a bunch, you do have empty bunch. It is bunch open, so you can't block anybody, but it is a bunch set, right? And we know that bunch sets in this year's game, and in really every year for that matter, they're really, really valuable. So you do have it. I didn't really break it down, but you basically would just run like bunch combinations, from this. And then spread Y flex. We talked a little bit about those formations. Really nothing that really jumped off the page to me. This trips Y over though, man. I'm telling you, these runs are really, really good. And then you do have these wing trips formations. We'll just spend just a brief minute here. If you take a look at this wing trips, what I would do is just put good plays in here. So return PA slants is good. RPO alert out. I don't know that I would necessarily put that one in there. Fade X cross has a really nice crosser to the tight end. Like you're just looking for like money routes, so to speak. And, like PA slants, we got to have that play on there. Like you have to have PA slants. Why do you have to have PA slants? Because it has a short post on the right and play action blocking. So you have 2 play action plays, both with short posts to the other side. And then you also have stick and nod, which is just a great play to build around. You can build an entire offense around this play. Like this formation itself is also really, really, really good. I don't really know what I would do for it does have all the runs, probably RPO peak flat. Like this is a good little mini scheme here. Why off trips week? I don't know if I'd really run much out of this one. But then like you have the Y off trips, which looks very similar to the wing trips. You have Y off trips right here. What's nice about this is you have X close. So it just kind of like, it's like almost like it's a really unique alignment. And so I would build around that. So like having the close halfback dive, maybe having the close bubble, and then seeing what passes, you could have in here. I don't know if they have any. I don't think, or yeah, they do. The PA slants play. This X close, the alignment is really cool. And then you could have just a basic, play out of the main one if you wanted to. Again, these are valuable things to have when you're like audibling into something. Stack Y off, nothing really automatically jumps off the page there. This doubles. Apparently, this RPO read flat is pretty good. I don't like RPOs like that. I think they're just too long developing. Doubles Y off with the auto motions. I tried those auto motions. Didn't really think they were that good. Um, yeah, that's gonna be probably it. I mean, this flex Y off is okay, but it doesn't really have some of the things you'd want. So I would just run the ball from those formations. Down here in the red zone, you do have the power I. So if you wanted to run some power, you have pistol. The pistol trips open. You can audible to, and you have a short post. Let's see if we have a good run here. We do not really have a great run. Probably gonna have to be halfback zone. Verticals is good. Z spot is good, and then let's see here. Smash is okay. Curl flat corner, not really great. Middle slant, it's not really a good version of that. Levels switch, those are all kind of eh. So we probably do ultimately come back and say we have verticals already. So you probably put double out in here just because it's got a unique out route, I would think. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll show you one other thing. This QB zone out of gun wing is your red zone. So quarterback zone runs in this game are really effective. And you're going to see here that you can motion this guy. So like if you want to motion this guy across and try to get him to follow, a lot of times he will. Normally that will, but just quarterback runs in general inside the 5-yard line are really effective. And you just want to be patient with it, kick it out here, even though your quarterback's not even fast. But what you do, and this is like the little deal. We have a little mini deal. So we have the quarterback zone. We would want to have like a speed option, maybe. We have tight end attack with the tight end short post. And then do we have anything else? Nothing crazy. The DIY reverse, I feel like we've got to just try that. But what you do is you go to packages here, and you can put your gadget. As you see there, your gadget. It puts a wide receiver at quarterback, or it puts whoever's in your gadget position at quarterback. And then you'll see here that Brown is actually the quarterback. So that we've now basically created a wildcat type of formation, but we can still audible. So we'll do a DIY reverse. Oh, that's crazy. So basically what you do on this could be so fun, but like you're going to run and then you're just going to hit the button. I think hit the button, right? Maybe I don't know how to do these. I've honestly never ran one of these in game, but this looks just filthy. Oh yeah, there it is. You just hold it down. So if you want to give the ball to your running back, you would hold down the button that it shows. And if you like hold down L1 and then it will give him the ball. You got to kind of practice this a little bit, but this could be kind of a cool play. And then you see here, and again with the platinum shifties, it could be really good. Obviously they're shedding me like crazy, so it is what it is. But another thing we can do on this DIY reverse, you can just not give him the ball and just keep it with your gadget player as well. So that's an option. I just like it because it gives you something a little different. You could also go speed option here. Love me some speed option in the red zone. This little play right here is good. These are some good little money plays down here. I really love this quarterback zone though, boys. Like this quarterback zone is really hard to defend. And then, they're giving me a look like this where it looks like they might be able to defend that. Then I can go to the inside zone and just try to take what the defense gives me that way. So anyway, these are just some of my favorite ways to score down here. I don't think it necessarily needs to be too crazy. What's also cool is you can audible around out of this. But anyway, yeah, the QB zone is good. I mainly just wanted to show you that. These are the formations you want to be in the red zone. Either this or the power I. The U off trips has an RPO read flat. That's kind of crazy. It's always been like bubble gum down here. And you'll see, I can probably, let's see if I can put him in here. Put the gadget at running back. Let's see what other, let's go flex Y off. Yeah. One other thing you could do, I don't think you even really need to do it, but it's just running that direct snap down here. That direct snap is so good. But yeah, I really like this wing formation just because you have the you have the money plays, and then you can sub in Brown, or you don't have to, but obviously it's going to make the run a lot better if you have Brown running it with 99 speed and platinum everything, and yeah, and then like a look like this, maybe we can finally hit our reverse. Oh yeah, make one guy miss and potentially be in there. I don't know if they have any Wildcat. I don't think they did when I was testing this out. Did they have a Wildcat? No, they just have this Heavy Tiger. What really sucks about this Heavy Tiger is they just don't have any really good plays, honestly. But that's the LSU kind of mini scheme that I like, that I wanted to break down for you today. This will help you in Road to College Football Playoff. If you watch all the way to the end, I think you're a great fit for our school community. It's completely free for you to join. Get you access to exclusive mini schemes just like this, but a little bit more depth, and exclusive tips and a community of people that are trying to get better. So if you want to sign up for that, link is in the description below. And we'll be using this scheme today to dominate in College Football 26.